Former Chief of Police in Detroit, James Craig, joins me now. James, welcome back. Biden isn't getting much support from Governor Whitmer. Congresswoman Elisa Slotkin told donors Biden's going to lose Michigan. So tell me, what's the state of play? What is a vital state?
Well, here's what I think. In my opinion, what's going on right now, because it's no secret the left is great at gaslighting, not always telling the truth. This is probably the only thing that I've ever agreed with Slotkin on, is the fact that, yes, Trump is beating president. However, the real issue is a tactic. It's a scare tactic. I think what she's trying to do is create fear that if we don't move forward quickly, we have an opportunity to rehire the president. That's not going to happen. They're afraid, and it's a tactic. It's a scare tactic. I can see it, and I'm sure so many here in the great city of Detroit can see it as well. So you brought up the issue with UAW. Here's what I think. Forget the head of that organization. I have a chance to talk to those workers. I'm talking UAW workers who say they are very dissatisfied with this administration, with this president. They're dissatisfied with the EV mandate because they know that EV mandates translate into loss of jobs. 30 to 40% auto worker jobs are gone. So once again, more gaslighting. This administration has been a failure for the last 4 years.
Now, the president's coming to Detroit today. Any idea what kind of a crowd he might draw? I would say that if it was Trump, there'd probably lines out the door and they'd be waiting outside all night. He'd get thousands. What about Biden?
I don't think he's going to have that turnout. I was at the Trump event here in Detroit just several weeks ago. People were lined up here in Detroit. African-American, some who are Democrat, came out to support President Trump. Biden, I don't think he's going to get it. And look, he knows he's in trouble. He's trying to kowtow to black Democrat voters here in Detroit. You know what he said an election cycle ago during his campaign? He was talking to a radio personality. He says, look, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. That's the real Joe Biden. He means that. And so black voters are more sophisticated than that. They know better than that. And I can tell you, a recent study showed that 30% African-American men are supporting Trump. That's substantial. That was in the Wall Street Journal in April.
30%, and that was back in April.
April, 30% black men support Trump. Wall Street Journal.
Is that across the board, across all states? Because if it is,
I think it's across the board. I think it's
Biden
across the board, but well, if you look at Detroit City is 82% African American, and you know, certainly more African American men are moving faster than African American women. So yes, he's in trouble, and so yes, he's going to cater to places like Detroit, maybe Chicago, and look what's happening in Chicago. Black Chicago's mad, and they have blatantly said, we're going to turn Chicago red. They're sick and tired. And this whole thing with illegal immigrants, what about America first? These folks are here illegally. Yes, they do need to go back, the ones that are here. I'm pro-immigration, sure. Just do it legally.
I just want to leave time for one last item. The Detroit Police Department's creating a new unit. It's called Neighborhood Response Teams. They're going to work to break up violent and illegal block parties. What is an illegal block party? What happens and how do you stop it?
Well, you know, that's a great question. Of course, as you know, I'm not with the department right now. I looked at this strategy. Certainly, I have my own thoughts. You know, certainly if a block party is not registered, they can shut it down, if you will. But the key is finding out about the block parties. But when you're talking about moving 80 police officers during the summer months for block party enforcement, is that the wisest strategy? It's hard for me to comment on it. Certainly, I have other thoughts, because the other challenge here in Detroit during the summer months, two things that come to mind, activity in downtown Detroit. We have deployed many officers during the summer months on overtime details. Then you have the issues in the parks, which has also been somewhat of a challenge. And then finally, illegal street racing and drifting.
Yeah.
Certainly in my last couple of years, we put together a pretty effective strategy, but those things still persist to this day. So the men and women who serve in Detroit police department, some of the finest in America. I was proud to work alongside of them. And so I trust that whatever strategy they implement, it's going to be effective.
Make it work. James Craig, thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you again later. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.